Hey, this is Oren Klaff. I'm back on Done Deal. I've got a very special guest, Brenden Daley. Brenden and I have been insulting each other back and forth here for the last 5-7 minutes, so we are ready to now calm down and have a real interview. So why is Brenden here? Brenden is known as the Flyin Hawaiin. Now, right?
True. That is very true.
Normally on this show, I am the best looking, the strongest, and the smartest. Unfortunately, today, the cards are reversed, and Brenden has a role. But he hasn't just taken that intellect and the athletic strength and ability and done nothing with it. Tell us a little bit about your background in football.
Well, first, thank you for having me.
All right.
It's great. So I played at the Ventura Junior College, fought my way to Hawaii, where the name...
University of Hawaii.
University of Hawaii, yes. Rainbow Warriors. So then I fought over there to become the Flyin Hawaiin, to earn that name. And then in 2014, I graduated from there as an all-Mountain West linebacker. And then I entered the draft, was with the Atlanta Falcons, the 2014. Fate may had it got cut, so now I just got done with the LA Kiss at the Rock Show over here with Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, having a big rock concert, playing some football indoors on an arena field with no out of bounds.
So made it all the way from high school to playing on the roster on an NFL team. Right. That is, so there's 1 million kids a year who play football, and less than 1% make it all the way to an NFL roster. And so I think that's one of the reasons, it's sort of exhilarating to hear that and to have you on the show. I mean, we're not a sports show. This isn't right. ESPN. We don't, follow hockey and football and basketball as closely as we should. But it's so right. interesting to think about what it takes to make, that 1 million man cut.
Right.
Right.
It is.
1 million man cut, and there you make it to the NFL. So I want to explore some of the things that you had to do to, become one of the many are called, few are chosen.
Right.
One of the few people that made it across the line, into the pros and have that pro experience. Everybody wants to do that. Very few people make it. I'm interested to get inside your head and see how that was done. Now, I don't know if you could see from the cameras and everything, but Brenden is physically imposing. He's a linebacker, right? And I thought I'd just read you this clip on linebackers because just to orient everybody. When a kid thinks about what position they want to play on defense in football, it's usually linebacker. Linebackers are the portrait of toughness and grit that epitomizes the game of football. A normal defensive scheme will have a defensive line holding their ground on blockers, secondary locked in pass coverage. So linebackers are usually ones that make the tackle on any given play. Brenden is sort of the linebacker's linebacker. And for people who would say, hey, you're 6'3", 6'4", you're 270 pounds, it's easy for you. Other people had to work hard, but you coasted through because of your physical presence. Yeah. What would you tell them, making that 1 million man cut hard, easy? What was the journey like?
The journey. So 6'4", 250, I wasn't always that size, right? I had a nice growth spurt my junior year. I came into high school 5'9", 170, left 6'3", 250, but I got my first pair of dumbbells in the 6th grade. So I've been working at it. I've given up summers. I've given up. Only thing I asked for Christmas was some cold iron, to lift. So I've done a lot of sacrifices, a lot of provisions being made to get up to that point. And the farther you go throughout the journey, the competition and the the room for error is a lot less. Yeah. So you just have to constantly reinvent yourself, constantly check in with yourself, and really find out, what you're doing wrong, what you're doing well, and keep progressing. So it's never been easy for me. I've always fought. I've had some injuries. My first year at University of Hawaii, 2011, I actually had a foot injury. I came out of junior college as an All-American, and then kind of, some called me a bust. Some called me, this, that, and the other. Actually, a coach called me a liar and a thief at one point, that I lied to him I could play football and I stole a scholarship. So, it's not always that easy, right? You have the critics, you have your ups and downs, but the mindset is what keeps you going.
So what about people who say, yeah, it's hard in a way, but it's a game, right? And you're having fun, and you're getting to play a game, so really your work is to have fun. Well, how would you respond to that? We don't know. We watch TV.
Right.
We see you working out, and it looks like a life of, fame and
right.
ease. How do you respond to people saying, but you're just playing a game. It's not real work.
Right. Well, it's a business at the end of the day. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, so a lot of jobs are on the line. My job's on the line. So for a lot of people, it's their only thing that they have to kind of take themselves out of their current situation. So you want to keep that fun mentality as you were as a 9-year-old, but the stakes get a lot higher if you build your life like a lot of us do on our body. And so what I would say to that is it's just we're constantly trying to make ourselves better. It's a business, we know that, and it's definitely short-lived, but we are blessed to play the game. Play it as a game, but the hours are the same. If you're running a company, that takes a lot of hours, right?
Yeah.
We're running a business as well for ourselves. To keep ourselves in business, we're running a business as well.
So maybe take me inside what it's like, and I'm very interested, and I think everybody that watches this program is interested. Take me inside. You're lined up against an opposing team in a pro NFL game. Mm-hmm. That guy's not playing a game. He's trying to feed his family.
Right.
He's trying to make the roster. He is trying to put points up on the board, or stats. So he's trying to put stats up on the board, and you are between him and all kinds of good things in life. Right. So he doesn't really see you as a human being. He just wants to come. Right. I don't know. I'm putting words in your mouth. Take me through that experience where that other guy wants to create an amazing life of abundance through you. Right. What is
so
that
it's like you and me have this table. We have this one plate that you and I are both trying to eat off of, right? And there's these 2 water cups, and I'm trying to take these resources from you, right? So, but in order for me to do that, I can't really focus on you. I can't focus on what you're going to do to me. I'm already worried about, I'm focused on my game, how I can make you play my game, how I can use my strengths and kind of use it against your weaknesses, right? So I'm always kind of strategizing, trying to figure out where can I attack you, where can I not attack you, and take it from there. And if I focused on that man's, he's trying to put a paycheck and trying to get food and, get after me for a paycheck, I'd already be down in the dirt, I'd be lost. So I'm really just staying within myself and trying to focus on what I can control.
Okay. And that's one of the reasons I'm so interested in giving people a look inside your head, because your organizing principles in life are so well developed, especially for your age. Maybe walk us through 2 or 3 things of the way you organize your thinking, and what you think are the basic principles to get ahead in the business that you're in.
The business, right. So I look at myself as a product, right? I took my product, my linebacker skills, to market in 2014. That was the beta test, right? The market said no. 32 NFL teams said no. So I had to reinvent myself and kind of develop new habits, new things I needed to do, right? So I can take myself back to market and be a more remarkable type of product. So first, it's I would say check your ego.
So check your
ego.
To
right?
check
I
your
hang
ego.
out with people that are 10 times better than me.
Yeah.
One of my friends, NFL free agent as well, Tim Vizzi, played with the Chargers for a little bit, had a brief stint there. He's 10 times faster than me. So I call him up, let's go run. I'm living with my trainer. He's 10 times more knowledgeable than me. And I'm always consuming content, books, trying to figure all this out, online courses. So
is that why you asked me how to do bench press?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm happy to show you. I mean, I didn't want your ego to get hurt as I was doing it, but now I know you have the ability to check your ego. I'm happy to show you.
Please do.
My bench.
I saw your 1-year-old has a little bit better clean, than you.
He's got a good clean.
Yeah,
for sure. So. All right, so organizing principles, I think I hear loudly, check your ego and hang around people who in the specific area you want to go
reality
to?
test,
or
right?
further?
So
Yeah.
you may think you're great, you may think you're this and that, but we kind of put it up against a little bit of reality testing against with some of your friends or some of your colleagues that you can take the criticism from.
Yeah.
Because some people give me criticism, I can't take it from them because they're not my friend, but I'm working on it.
One thing I noticed about Brenden, just talk about you in the third person as if you weren't here.
Great, please do.
Yeah, sure. We agreed to work out at 7:30 in the morning, and at 7:20, you were there,
right,
ready to go. Not just there, but there, ready to go. And I just could see from the fire in your eyes and the intensity. You'd gotten a good night's sleep. You were fueled up. Oh, yeah. You got there ahead of time and were ready to go. Right. That tells me that's somebody who works routine.
With my routine, I'm always looking at what's the end goal, right? The end goal is the NFL. The end goal is to kind of develop myself, to have more skills as well. So no matter what happens, so I don't want to build my life on my body anymore. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I want to make my living with my mind, and play with my body at the same time. Does that make sense?
Well, we were talking earlier how competitive the NFL is, because there's guys who are willing to go, put everything on the line. I mean, to be able to play at that level, they're not looking for work-life balance. They're not looking to be healthy. Right. Years down the road, they're not looking to develop their mind. They're just 100% focused on that. So anyway, I interrupted you. We were talking about routine.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've got it down to a science, my trainer and I, and there's 168 hours in the week. That's what we
I didn't even know that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we found out I need 9 hours of sleep a night just to be on top of my game for my performance.
Yeah.
So then there's 63, right? And then now there's 105 hours left throughout the week, and there's a couple selves to me, right? The personal development self, the immediate existence, right? Because you could do all the personal development that you want, but if you don't have rent money, then you got to stop. You got to get out of Barnes and Noble and start reading books.
Yeah.
And then I got my training. Yeah. So those are the 3 parts to me right now. And then I abstain from other things. I want to say I've been doing that for a couple months now, and that's just coming, just making sure what's important to me and maximizing my time. And if I'm going to do this at this time, this is what I'm going to do 100%. I'm not a multitasker. I don't think people can do it. Yeah. I think you just have to set time aside and focus dead in on what you want to do, and you maximize your time that way.
That's awesome. How do you end up not comparing yourself to other? Because
it's hard.
In our world in business, I think it's always a little bit easier because every business, there's people with more money. Yeah. But if you just think about money, then we can end up comparing ourselves to other people. Right. Guys managing a hedge fund is $100 million. Okay. Guys managing a private equity group has $200 million. A guy in venture capital has got $400 million. We're at X million. We're trying to get to. And the money can be a measurement, but business, is a little bit more flexible. But when you're in sports, they're just measuring you, against 440 time, against stats. Yeah. How do you not compare yourself to other people?
The reason I really do like sports is because who's the best. You know who's not the best, right? Because it's easy in some types of lines of work to say I'm the best, but who said that? Who rated you? Who did that? So. With going back to your question, I just feel that if you're focused, if you look at yourselves as a business, as a company, as me being an NFL football player, yes, I see the top 10 guys in the league. That might be a goal for me, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to really take care of my inner workings, what I have to do as a business, as a football player, and just kind of focus on my product, myself, and making sure that my product reaches its full potential. Yeah. So, it's hard to do. It sounds very good theoretically.
Yeah. We were working out the other day, and I saw something very interesting. You're doing some self-talk, and you said, hey, little Brenden needs to go to the sidelines. Big Brenden is coming up. Talk me through that self-talk. And you had a great observation, right? Is when people get really tired, their inner self-talk. So talk me through all of it.
So some of my training partners don't like it. They think I'm buying time to rest because I'm talking a lot. But I'm just processing out loud, right? So it helps me get over the pain that I'm feeling, right? Because it's all really imaginary. I'm not going to die out there doing a CrossFit workout. So it helps me process. So I'll just try to inspire anybody around me saying, hey, little Brenden, you're going to be all right. Take a back seat. Big Brendan's got to take this over, get over this hump. So it's a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah. If I had to make that a script, walk me through that. So we're in the middle of a workout.
Heart rate's about 180 to 200,
Yeah.
so it's pumping over
Yep.
110% of where it should be. You're gasping for air,
Yep.
and then you just give out a good scream like little Brenden. You gotta take the back seat. You know, all these little thoughts. Hey, maybe I should stop, or maybe I shouldn't have come to this workout today, or maybe I should have maybe had breakfast. You got to put all those thoughts to the side and just be in the moment and focus and give a little pep talk to yourself. You know.
So if I'm out there and I'm not training to be in the NFL, I'm not going to be a linebacker ever. I'm not going to be a world champion racquetball player. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just going to a workout.
Right.
If I'm to just be healthy so I can live a long life with my family and everything. How do I get this motivation and self-talk to go past?
Right. I just feel like
limits?
you have to be the best at what you do.
Yeah.
No matter if you have a baby and you just joined a baby boot camp class, you bring your kid there, you guys are in the stroller, and you're going up the hill, and you want to be the most fit mom there.
Yeah.
So I just think if you're gonna be there wherever you're at, just try to be the best at it.
We around the office, a lot of times we'll say things to ourselves like, "Hey, when you get knocked down, stand up," or when you take a hard hit, you got to get back in the game. But it's kind of easy for us to say that, like,
Right.
Hey, it's not how hard you get hit, it's how much you bounce at the bottom or whatever, right? But you're out there taking actual hits.
Right.
Right. So
I like all those things because I listen to all those things, I hear them all the time, and I really try to, does that make sense? I really try to think about those and see if they actually do apply to reality, but some of them do.
So in reality, when you take an actual hit and you actually are down, and it actually does hurt and it's hard to catch your breath, how do you reorganize yourself? What's the rebooting process to say, because you have a couple choices, right? To say, hey, coach, I need, get me out of here like a soccer player.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
this
Like
is horrible.
Yeah.
I love soccer. David Beckham, please don't unlike me. But how do you go through that process? It'd just be so easy to just go, my leg, get me out of here, versus I'm on a team.
Right. That's the big thing right there. So if you have a good team, if you have good chemistry, maybe in your office, and say something doesn't go as planned, that accountability, that chemistry, camaraderie, that's gonna help you. Say I did get knocked down or something bad does happen, I'm like, I gotta pull through for the guys that are relying on me. That added aspect about sports, about team sports, I really do like, because it pushes you to another level. Yeah. So that accountability, that I would say, would help me get back up towards my teammates or to my coworkers.
Yeah. I think people get mad at me if we go through, have you all the way in here, we're running tape and everything, and we don't ask about actual football. You'll be like, hey, Oren, you took the subject of football and made it about, business and motivation and routines and office and focus. But let's just talk for a few minutes about football. What is so awesome to you about the game? Why are you dedicating so much of your energy and awake time?
Right, because I just need something that's overarching. I need something that is hard to obtain. I want to see the type of person I am. Because it was easier to obtain and everybody could do it, then it's not that valuable.
Yeah.
Right. So I really do like this. It's just a grooming process to me. It's like the most physical, real life situation I could possibly have into helping me get better, helping me kind of keep striving, keep pushing myself. It's very parallel to anything that I ever do in life, and I feel like the way that I treat the football career, that's how I'm going to treat my business career, or I'm going to treat my family, or things that and the other. So it's just a great parallel to help me, and a great learning experience to help me be the best I can be in any situation.
Here's one thing that I noticed. We talked about a little bit earlier, but I want to ask you on camera where we're recording the answer. When you're involved in USA America in either entertainment or professional sports, there are things that are so attractive can suck you in. Right. Obviously, the partying, but more so sort of fame, money, recognition, and celebritization, the crossover between entertainment and sports, and all that stuff. You are, a big linebacker. You're a fantastic individual. I'm sure people want to be around you all the time or inviting you to all kinds of things. How do you sidestep money, entertainment, partying, everything that comes with it, and focus on the things that we've heard from you or your value system, right? Family, team, dedication, routine, accomplishment. Have you purposefully, segmented those? How do you sidestep the traps that world sets out?
So this situation that I am in right now, being not in the NFL but striving to get back there. There was a lot of people, on draft day congratulating me, wanted to feel that moment with me. But now I don't really see them around as much, right? So this situation for me is a good filter, right? A good filter to find out who's really invested in me, who's really wants me to reach my full potential, and who really believes. Because I got a lot of people right now saying, "Oh, you tried your best, and what are you gonna do next?" I'm gonna keep getting after it. I'm gonna keep getting better, keep progressing. So I feel like I'm starving right now, and the only people I want to eat with are the ones I starved with right now. So this is a great time for me to figure out who's who and what's what, and take that with me, and always make sure I keep this memory and never kind of get blinded by the lights or like the new maybe opportunities or new people I may come into contact with, given when I do reach that level.
So agree or disagree? I stop when I'm done, not when I'm tired.
You stop when I'm done. Exactly.
Yeah.
When I'm done getting better, then if I was not progressing, I'd stop.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, that's good. Right. Yeah, that's a great takeaway. All right, well, I think that's our time together. Just to wrap up, I did want to arm wrestle and catch it on
all right, ready?
tape.
Two claps and eat.
All right.
Ready? We're eating.
We're eating.
We're eating
all
all
right,
day. All day.
All right.
Let's get it.
All right.